Dude, how sick would that be? The bus just hops on the freeway, and then Chip and Cern are in the golf cart with a couple of fucking tall can Rocky Mountain lattes, and smoking a couple J's, hanging out the side in Arizona, and we're just going to all the games, man. That would be dope.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I am Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you're listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again, or for the very first time.
And not for the first time, Cern and I are socially distant Zooming our podcast.
We are.
Zooming.
We are.
Man, Zoom has just swooped on and just taken a big shit on Skype. And what were the other ones that people would meet up or there's some that are just horribly, and I work with a lot of vendors, so every vendor's different, and I'll meet with them and we use Blue Jeans, and someone will use Meet 123, and you have to download all this fucking software and all this bullshit. I'm like, just Zoom, man. This is just Zoom. It's the only way to go.
We had Microsoft Skype at work, and they actually started to phase it out. So we have Zoom for our meetings, and actually Microsoft Teams for the little instant messenger chats.
Teams. That's the Slack competitor. Teams.
Yeah. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. So we're holding up. I don't know, about as well as we can.
Yeah. Yeah.
About as well as we can. If you haven't gone insane or done anything crazy, Cerny.
No,
you've just been working a shitload.
Working a shitload. So, there are some days because all the workload, it's if I hear one more stupid thing from somebody at work, I'm going to blow a gasket.
Yeah. And your Lent is over. So have you been partaking in any suds lately?
Oh, yes. Easter was breakfast beer. Breakfast beer for Easter.
Yeah.
Jesus would want it that way.
That's what he would have wanted. What do you think he would have turned sparkling water into? Champagne? He turns LaCroix into Veuve or Dom.
Dom there.
So everyone's sort of trying to scrape together some bit and feeling of normalcy, I feel.
Yeah.
And the MLB is no different. We've talked about, before the whole COVID situation, there was talk of we had Stat Boy Dana on, talk of adjusting the playoff format, and I hadn't thought too much about it because baseball just hasn't been on.
Yes,
and
that's true.
How are you feeling about? I'm bummed.
Yeah, this is a big bummer.
I know. I turned on.
It's always when I do turn on the television, it's you see a game, but it's from 2009. I'm like, no.
They were showing on the Blue Jays versus the Phillies, 1998. You remember when Joe Carter hit that walk-off? Yeah. They were re-showing that, but it was only from the 8th inning on, and they're like, Ed Sprague is up to bat, and the pitcher looked just like my fucking neighbor or something. He just looked like a total. He didn't look athletic whatsoever. Just had this fucking mustache.
Oh yeah, porn stash.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. So, yeah, I have. I've been missing baseball, and there's been some rumors going around of opening the baseball quote unquote 2020 season up, but only in Arizona.
And so, do you know the reason why just in Arizona?
I'm guessing their governor is a fucking slapdick and will put a shelter in place. And 2, my guess is that it has to do with the spring training stuff is already there.
Okay.
So there would be no air travel really around. They could take buses, and it's pretty low risk, it sounds like.
Okay.
So the article that we're talking about today, Major League Baseball has assessing a myriad of proposals has discussed yeah, how many fucking contingency plans do you think they're going through, Cerny, right now? They probably 30 at least.
Yeah, I was going to say 30, something like that. 30, 32.
Some fucking interns just in there writing shit down like, okay, what if they play the first 5 innings? Yeah. Like, hey, intern, take a note. They play the first 4 innings on MLB The Show on PS4, and then you bring your closer in for 2 innings of actual baseball, and then robo-umps for the last 3. They're like, okay, I'm going to write this down.
Isn't it like the NASCAR where they have like the iRacing or some kind of crazy shit like that?
Do you hear about the guy that got fired?
Yeah, that's the only reason I knew it exists. Because that guy used the N-word or something like that.
Right, I guess he thought his mic was off, and instead of just being like everybody else would have just said, fuck. Yeah. Or something, or shit, or cussed.
Penis.
He yells the N-word, as you know, and everyone's like, we totally can hear you. Fired, so fired.
Yeah. That's the only reason I knew that there was like they played games for competitively, because I was like, well, I thought they weren't doing anything. I was like, wait a minute, they're playing games? What the hell?
Do they actually get points and they're like awarding?
I guess. I don't know.
Is that that would be crazy if it was that realistic that they kind of
like, didn't they say, because then later on in the same article, some Bubba guy got fired because he rage quit or something like that during one of these events.
Oh, he just had enough.
Yeah, he just quit during the match, so they got like kicked off his team or something. I was like, what the hell? What's going on?
That's like when you were ponying your kid brother and he would just hurl the remote across, or the controller. Right. You're like, you little bitch. Just, fuck you. Just throws
Take your beat like a man. Get back over here.
Throws the remote across the controller across the room. Okay, so back. Let's wheel this thing back here, Cerny. So there would be 2 leagues. So this is just for the 2020 season. The National League and the American League would be no more. There would be Florida League, the Grapefruit League, and the Arizona League, the Cactus League. So in the Florida League, there would be Braves, Orioles, Red Sox, Tigers, the Trash Can Astros, Marlins, Twins, Mets, Yankees, Phillies, Pirates, Cardinals, Rays, Blue Jays, Nationals. So a mix of American League and National League teams. And then the Cactus League would have the D-backs, Cubs, White Sox, Reds, Indians, Rockies, Royals, Angels, Dodgers, Brewers, Athletics, Padres, Giants, Mariners, and Rangers.
Yes.
Okay. So
it was almost like, it's kind of weird, because it's like the Florida League's almost like all East Coast, and then the Cactus League's like almost all West Coast.
Yes.
A little bit of.
They break it down. Is that kind of how they break down? That's where all their spring training like headquarters are, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense. And Cerny and I were talking before about the reason why they kind of picked this is because the teams are really set up for not having to do crazy air travel. Like, you don't have to fly from Oakland to New York and risk all that. It's literally like a bus. If you've ever gone to spring training, all 10 or all 5 fields are within 30 minutes of each other. So it's literally like you're just loading a big bus up. I just don't see how anyone's going to sign off on this.
Getting on a golf cart with you.
Dude, how sick would that be? The bus just hops on the freeway, and then Chip and Cern are in the golf cart with a couple of fucking tall can Rocky Mountain lattes, and smoking a couple J's, hanging out the side in Arizona, and we're just going to all the games, man. That would be dope.
That would be it. Spring training is sweet.
Tank tops and cut off jean shorts. Daisy Dukes.
Looking nice.
Yes, sir. So this would be the only non-traditional AL-NL format since 1903. Wow. That's a long fucking time. That is. Now, do you think they're just trying to get the season kicked off? Because there's no way. I mean, I also heard tell of using the robot umpires for this to keep the social distancing. I'm like, but the catcher's there, right? So
I don't know.
Like, is the catcher gonna have to be really far away? That's gonna be real.
Or is it an excuse just to bring the robo umps in because they've been trying that for a
If
while.
the MLB is trying to railroad the umpires, and this is how they do it, fucking God bless them. I mean, I don't. What a great finagling.
Fuck you, Joe West.
Fuck Joe West. Fuck Joe West. Yeah, that would be. How does it work though? Does it go into there? Or they just show it on the screen? Like, I've never experienced. Have you seen any of the robot?
No, I haven't actually. I don't know. But how do you argue with it?
I don't think. I think that's the point. You can't.
Well, there's a malfunction. It's like oh, in his eyes. Like, well, wait a minute.
What if they actually had a robot back there and he's like, steer. Catcher has to like oil him up or something. It's like, hold on. Oh, we need to restart him. They're like, it's in his asshole. They're like sticking a finger up there. Like, oh, there's a switch. It's like his prostate, his robot prostate.
That would be perfect.
The robot umpire is getting serviced in between innings.
Oh no.
Sexually serviced.
There we go.
Or the geek squad's out there.
Oh, yeah, that's like the trainers. That's their trainer.
Just runs out, has hella USB cords and shit on him. He's like, oh, like a computer.
Brings out his bag.
That little, what's the little screwdriver set? You know, when you're working on something really small, little mini screwdrivers. You would need those for sure.
I always lose you always missing like 4 before the end of the night.
Oh yeah, those are, and they come in their own special case because they know that if you just throw this in your regular tool thing, you're never finding it again.
It goes into the abyss and never to come back.
Might as well dump it in the old trash can. Well, Cerny, would you be willing to forego some resemblance of normalcy for a baseball season just to watch baseball?
I say yes for me, because I don't know about you, but if it just continues, I don't see it coming back on anytime soon.
I mean, if it's July and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to start the season right now. Because, once the order gets lifted of like, okay, we're kind of out of this, they're not going to let 30,000 people just get in one fucking, like, okay, the next day after it's safe, everyone back to normal. That's not what's going to happen, No,
not even close.
So I think they might have to do kind of the spring training thing. And then do you just say, fuck it with the playoffs, or what do you do?
Oh shit. Yeah. Cause then you got to travel at that point.
Let's just say they start after the All-Star break, but with this kind of broken down season, like you get in Arizona or Florida. Do you even bother with the playoffs, or you just have a pennant winner and then you just call it like those two win?
Maybe. Oh shit, that's tough. Because you might do like the pennant winner and then the top two face off, and that's it. But
yeah, that's true.
Travel,
right? I mean, I guess if it's
maybe they could fucking bus halfway. I mean.
Yeah, everyone just meets in Texas or something.
Yeah, they play in the Raider Stadium.
Yeah, or Vegas maybe or something. Yeah, I just don't know. In your heart of hearts, do you think the 2020 MLB season happens?
No, I don't. In my heart of hearts,
it's just not happening.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to keep pushing, but I just don't see it.
One good thing that I can see is that if something does happen, and it won't be quote unquote normal, but I think we're fucked on normal for a year,
Yeah, 2020 normal is gone.
There's no such thing. I think that there'll be a lot of really interesting things that come out because they're going to have to be pushing the envelope about, oh, we got to get better cameras on there or better mics during the game, or we do the robo-ump thing, or we do abbreviated innings, like they're talking about. Players were even agreeing that they would be playing 2 7-inning double headers like twice or 3 times a week or some shit. It's like, damn. I guess they need their paycheck because their wife is probably like, you better get, the money is not, the spending has kept up.
Safe place higher.
Those Lysol wipes and shit aren't fucking cheap, man. Man, I don't know. I don't know how you could do a playoff, like a proper playoff.
You'd have to do like how many teams are there?
30, 28, right?
I mean, like in each, is it really just split in half? So 28, what is that? 14 or something like that?
Yeah. They're calling it a radical realignment. Yeah. Duh.
So it's,
Let me see.
so maybe like a top.
And then where, like, are
6.
fans going to be able to go to these?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Is it open or is it?
And then, like, what happens? I mean, okay, they have like all the seats, so there's going to be 4 seats in between people. But I got to take a piss.
They take them out,
and then like, oh shit, and everyone just like, like stands up, put your hands up like you're getting fucking arrested, or someone like.
Or they want those like big claws, like raise your hand and pick you up.
Or just put you in a bubble.
Oh. Big bubble. Oh, that'd be kind of great.
So
roll down the aisle.
I can't make it. I'm gonna piss in my bubble. You shit your bubble.
Oh God.
I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. I don't see how the playoffs happen.
I don't see it either. Not unless by that time.
Tony La Russa, Hall of Fame manager, Hall of Fame douchebag as well, says when you're trying to get really creative, why say no now? So when you've a unique season, I've got no problem with that. Talking about splitting up the grapefruit and the orange league or the citrus.
Cactus.
Cactus. I'm thinking of citrus. So that would be interesting. They're obviously doing it to try to reduce travel and risks. So there's 26 ballparks that would be used. So not everybody has their own field. Like I know, the Diamondbacks and the Rockies like share a field in Arizona.
Oh yes.
So I don't think it's for the fans. I think it's probably, the ads on that thing are gonna be fucking wild, right?
Oh,
they're gonna be able to sell so much.
They're gonna be
advertising,
pumping those things out.
Oh yeah.
DoorDash.
Yeah. It's like every pitch there's gonna be like an ad spot break in between every batter.
Or maybe like the ball, the like hologram of fucking on the baseball.
Uber Eats.
We're getting creative.
Who do you think's losing more money in this, the owners or the players?
Are the players getting paid or?
I don't know. This isn't a fact, but I heard tell that there's some agreement that if there is no, I don't know what the qualifier is, but let's say there's no pitch thrown in 2020, that the players only get 25% of their paycheck.
Oh, that's right. My dad did say that.
So, if Bryce Harper's pulling down $20 million, he'll be fine. But I don't.
I'll take 20% of that any day.
Yeah, I haven't looked at his balance sheet, but I would hope that he's living, or he's not spending $5 million a year. But I don't know how big his fucking house is or whatever. But anyway. But this is crazy. Like, what if this was so-and-so's last kind of season, and they were trying to hang on, and then they just fade off into the
Mario Rivera, where he did like his goodbye tour and all that shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's just not happening. But
that's in the wind, my friend.
And then all these rookies and all this stuff. So it's going to be, the impact is just insane. It's insane.
Oh, I didn't even think about the rookies. Like, this is your big break. You're going to get your call. And
what if you get the fucking COVID, man? Shit.
True.
They're going to, will the first giveaway be a N93 mask?
Or one of those.
A respirator.
First in line to the vaccination. The golden ticket.
Respirator. You get a respirator, and then snorkel. I saw a fucking guy at Whole Foods, no joke. He had his a bra on his face. He had the strap.
Oh no.
But he just had the other one dangling down. I was like, ugh. They look like big old
At least like do like one of those like scuba face masks or something.
Oh yeah, that would be better than the.
I mean, I'd be like, I'm okay with that. I won't blame you.
Yeah. Like you literally had nothing else at your house, or you're trying to be just a funny guy at Whole Foods with your fucking wife's, Target bra. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Should I yelled like,
I don't know.
"Oh, I see you're in the itty bitty titty committee," and just run off down, and grab some, farm fresh eggs for myself. Oh,
who's
God.
the A cup? You or your wife? Oh,
Exactly. Exactly. That's perfect. Well, I mean, so Chip, I think I'm with you, Cern. I'm not sure if a pitch gets thrown.
No. I don't know.
But what if it comes up in what if it's August? And they're like, okay, we could do it now. Are they going to play for 2 months? Or are they going to kind of do we'll do spring training again?
Huh.
Maybe just spring training.
Maybe they'll just do. Yeah. Keep them sharp. They'll all roll down in like the Dominican.
Oh shit, you're right. Like the fucking Mexican league is going to be popping off this summer.
Yeah.
this fall.
Big time sponsorship.
Big time. Yeah, and Australia. Like whatever yeah. Okay, that's a good thought. And then do you think they'll do anything different for 2021?
Because they kept trying to extend the season, right? So this might give them enough, juice to be like, well, we missed a big chunk of 2020, so.
So now spring training starts in like January.
Yeah.
Interesting. And
then they could push it all
opening
the way
days in March or something, like March 2nd.
I mean, they were talking like pushing like playoffs thinking like December or something like that. I was like, holy shit.
Well, let's relax. I mean, how many games are you trying to have these guys play? Fucking 200?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's relax here.
Well, it's like, like top management think like, well, you already play like 180. What's like 30 more games? No big deal.
Yeah, just 15% more.
It's not that much. I mean,
yeah.
If I had 15% more of my paycheck, it really would make a difference. They start doing crazy shit like that.
Interesting. So you and I are both in agreement that no pitch is getting thrown in 2020 in official capacity. I haven't seen any MLB people like throwing bullpens or anything or hitting the weights. I mean, what's
a lot of
doing?
Do you follow him on Instagram? MLB?
I think so.
I get a lot of just stupid shit of some
fucking around
in his house, hitting baseballs out into a field on his palatial mansion or some shit. Getting them. Looks like
that mosquito, yeah. Got West Nile now.
It's like guys hitting baseballs. They have out in their mansion. They got all this acreage and shit.
Oh yeah, I saw the thing. Hunter Pence's wife installs a batting cage. I'm like, I mean, yeah, he has millions of.
I'll roll the video of her actually installing it herself.
Yeah, I mean, she called up somebody and she's like, "Hey, here's $1,000. Like, come, my husband's Hunter Pence. They'd probably do it for free."
Yeah, I know. Who makes those fucking things?
I don't know.
They'd be like, oh, "Yeah, sure. Can we say that we put it in your house?" Like,
they're like, "Oh, yes." Put on the website, fucking baseballnets.net.
Yeah,
or something.
They'd
be all about that life. Oh, well, Cerny, we made it through. You made it through a dry Lent. I think we can make it through a dry baseball season.
It's gonna be a little tougher. Lent was only 40 days.
I know. I hope they do some cool, cool hats or something. If they're gonna go Cactus League or something, do only for this year, some exclusive thing. I think that would be kind of cool.
I'd be in on that.
Like a dope hat with a fucking cactus. Actually, Joe has a really cool hat. That one that has with the cactus one. I don't know where he got that, but I like that one.
Did his mom grab it for him at spring training or something?
Oh yeah, probably. So, well, if we're cleared to travel and there is baseball in Arizona, I could be fucking convinced to go over there.
Oh, yeah, we can do a live pod from the golf cart chasing that bus down.
That's good. Cerny, hold on to the party bong. I'm stepping on it. Hold on to the 6-footer, Cerny. Oh boy.
Oh.
Well, how was everyone doing on your quarantine? Hopefully, you're catching up on all 200 something episodes in the Chip and Stern catalog, the library of content that we have provided for you.
Yes.
If they have any commentary, Cerny, where would they send that?
You can send if you want to email us, you can email us at chipandsternshow@gmail.com,
Mm-hmm.
or you can find us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anything Chip and Stern Show.
Absolutely. And big shout out to Brad, who we had on last episode. He hit his goal of becoming a Twitch affiliate. So big thank you to everybody who followed and watched his stream. So he now is earning that money on Twitch, which is exciting. Yeah, cool. Well, send us your thoughts on if you think baseball is going to happen or not, and just generally how you're doing in life. We're here for you.
You can send us whatever you want. We will answer.
Yes, we will, because we got extra time on our hands, apparently.
Extra time, and the chat is cold.
The chat's cold, but the fingers are hungry to answer messages.
They are.
And until next time, I am Chip.
I'm Sarah.
Cheers.